Have you been to a speedcubing competition and wondered if you could organise them yourself? Well, you can. Organising a cubing competition is a lot of work, but it looks great on your CV and is very fulfilling, especially as I assume you enjoy cubing if you're A, watching this video, and B, want to organise a cubing competition. This video focuses mostly on competitions in the UK, but competitions elsewhere are quite similar, usually with cheaper venues and yeah. Okay, right. If you want to organise your own cubing competition, then you first need to get some experience. Go to other competitions, travel around a bit and see how they work. Get involved with judging, running and maybe scrambling if you're accurate and fast enough. We don't need incompetent scramblers in the UK, thank you very much. The next step, so step 2 of organising your competition, is to find a good venue. School and leisure centre sports halls are usually the best options. However, hotel and conference halls, such as the Stevenage venue, are also good options, but quite often they're too expensive. Stevenage venue is a pretty good, unique exception to that. The venue does not necessarily need to be free the entire weekend, but usually the UKCA want to do full Saturday and Sunday weekend comps that require the venue to be free from 8 a.m. till 7 p.m. on the Saturday and 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. on the Sunday. If the venue isn't available for both days, then it's still worth contacting them if you think it's a good enough venue, but most of the venues they use are available both days. The other thing to be aware of course, is the cost. The UKCA charges £30 for a 2-day competition, and they don't want to change that really. Usually £10 of that is required for general expenses, so the venue should not cost more than £20 per competitor. Competitor limit can be determined by dividing the area in square metres by 4. So if we have this hypothetical venue here of 24 by 32 metres, well, simple maths, 24 times 32 is 768. Hopefully you know that right away. So 768 divided by 4 is 192. So the UKCA will probably just round that down to 190 and have a competitive limit of 190 there. If the venue costs under 3,800 to hire for the entire weekend, then it can be considered. But remember, some venues are significantly more expensive than this, so the UKCA just simply won't use them. Also worth considering the location of the venue. It's important that it's quite near public amenities, train stations, not too difficult to park around, not too difficult to get to, not too difficult for people to find food at lunch, and with good accommodation nearby. It's also worth considering tables. You need to make sure there's enough tables and chairs for everyone to sit around, and tables for the competing stations and everything like that. Occasionally the UK Cube Association have hired tables in, but they don't really like doing that very much. If you found a suitable venue, then you can see whether they have availability on dates where either other competitions are not already scheduled or where there's not really one nearby. The UKCA can run multiple competitions on the same weekend, but usually aren't going to run another competition if there's one not too far away. I mean, if there's one in Scotland and one down in London the same weekend, then that's fine and that's been done before. Even closer than that's been done before. It's fine. It's also a good idea to plan for a date a good few months away. The UKCA often plans competitions the furthest in advance of any organisation in the world. It's quite interesting to see that quite often. Once you've found a suitable venue, you can contact the UK Cube Association to begin the organisation process. We have a lot of delegates in the UK, usually tied to a specific region, but sometimes they do go to other parts of the UK, and they can help support you in the rest of the organisation process and get your competition organised. Shortly before registration opens, they will look for sponsors for the competition. If you want to request a specific cube stall, hopefully you'll want to request my store at speedcubing.org. You can specifically request speedcubing.org as a sponsor, and it will avoid the bidding process. Otherwise, it will just get bidded between me and that other annoying cube store that I don't want to mention, and depends what will happen after that. So if you want the best cube stall with loads of cubes to try, then make sure to specifically request speedcubing.org as a sponsor at the end. So yeah, this is how to organise a speedcubing competition in the UK. It will probably work very similar in other parts of the world, but there might be slight differences, so contact your local organisation to see how things work. Hope you enjoy your competition if you do get the chance to organise one. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share and subscribe.